All right. All right, look. Look, I'm not gonna lie. All right? I'm not gonna lie. This one stings. This one stings. This one stings for sure. So, as you all, I'm sure, are very much aware, the LA Rams just lost to the San Francisco 49ers again, with a final score of 27-24 in what was probably one of the most thrilling and exhausting games I've watched this calendar year, this football season. This Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I would have thought probably Baltimore was the most exciting one, but this one was probably the most thrilling. It was also one of the most frustrating games I have seen this year. The Rams um, currently blew a at one point were up 17-0 in the first half of this game. Game played in in San Francisco. We played in San. I'm sorry. Oh wait, no, my bad. It was in L.A., but you couldn't really tell with all the 49er fans in the stadium. So little disappointing there, but it was a important game. We win this game. We take the division. Simple as that. Now that could still happen, but I don't even care to look at how that could happen. Really, I will hear in a little bit, but right now I'm just so the let me try to paint a picture for y'all, because here's the thing. We all knew before this game that the Rams struggled with the 49ers, right? Yeah, they had our number. They're a good team. They match up well with us. They're very physical, and we just can't handle it, to be honest with you, for the most part. But I'm going to get into that here in a little bit. But this is the picture that we had. Had we beat San Francisco and had the Saints defeated the Falcons, which they did, I'm pretty sure, the Niners, not only would we win the NFC West crown, but B, defeat the 49ers and effectively keep them out of the playoffs. Because if there is one team in the NFC that we really don't want to see, I'm sorry, guys, it's the San Francisco 49ers. And what this now means is, since we have now lost to them, they've made the playoffs. We're obviously still in. We're not the 2 seed anymore, but the 49ers have now punched their ticket into the 2021 playoffs. And you want to know who they're going to play most likely? This is what I fear. Like, I'm pretty sure we're about to play them again next week. The 40, I don't know that 100%, but I think that's where this road is heading. And boy, oh boy, that will set up a Cinderella story now, won't it? Can you imagine if we play the 49ers a third time in the wild card round and finally beat them? Finally beat them? Dog, I'm telling you, if we're able to do that, and dude, I don't know, man. If we're able to do that, I can all but almost goddamn we're winning the Super Bowl. Honestly, if we now that we've lost, I have to look at the playoff seedings, but I promise I really feel like we are about to play San Francisco again in the wild card round. I think that's what's about to happen. And if we can do that, I will feel really good about the remainder of this season. But man, I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. I thought the team, but better start talking about the actual game. I thought the team did play hard. I thought they were physical. I thought McVay pretty much called a really good game for the most part. For the most part, now, I'm about to get into something here in a second, but for the most part, he called a good game. The team was physical. The team performed well, but they just weren't. They just weren't. They weren't fit. They were physical. San Francisco was just stronger than us. Is effectively what this was. And I hate to say it, but you know they're a stronger team, and they pretty much that's how they've beaten us these past handful of years. Is they've drafted, and this is why I if I were to build a team, I would build it just like John Lynch has, because you reinforce the line of scrimmage first. They really concentrated on the O-line and the D-line and made them really, really powerful, and drafted like really thick, physical, strong wide receivers and running backs to just make a physical team. And we struggled mightily against it. And again, the defense played so well in the first half. Like they had like negative yards. And we're clicking, man. It's like going set. We were up 17-0. Higbee had a couple of badass catches and a touchdown. The running game really wasn't working. I liked how Sean stayed with it though, in the first half, and I was like, okay, at least he's staying with it. He's maintaining balance. That was a good thing. That's a positive. That was a good thing. And overall, the defense was playing so well too. They weren't able to run on us. The D line was stepping up and they were making the physical stops. And the Rams were the more physical team in the first half, and we held onto the ball longer. The time of possession was very much in our favor. But and so we were looking good. They couldn't handle us at all, dude. And I'm loving life. I just dancing and taking shots and doing all that, and then and then we get to like less than less than a minute left of the first half, I think. So yeah, it's like a 3rd and 1. Okay, 3rd and 1. It's I swear it was only like 1 yard. But Sean, man, bro, I really don't like embarrassing anyone or like being disrespectful to anyone. I try not to do that, but and Sean, I thought, called a really solid game for the most part in this game too. He did. He really did. But oh my word. Oh my word. Sean decides on a 3rd and 1 to line up in the empty set. Line up with all the wide receivers lined up away, with nobody in the backfield to defend Matt, with only like 5 of our weak ass O linemen that can't hold up against the pass rush. They can't. And Matthew gets sacked like immediately. There's There's absolutely that line is paper thin when it comes to pass pro. I keep hearing, it's funny, I've noticed this in the past couple weeks. These Rams reporters, these beat reporters who I really like, by the way, all of them who cover the Rams and cover them extensively. I watch all their shows, okay? Because I watch everything Rams. I watch all their shows, okay? And one of the things, it just seemed like they were going, it almost like they were trying to pump up the O-line. Like, yeah, the O-line's been playing a lot better, and the pass pro's been playing a lot better, and the pass pro's been playing a lot better. And I'm like, no, not really. They're holding up well in the run game, but if you're asking, Matthew can never sit back in the pocket and relax. It is immediate. It is immediate. He drops back. There's like a D lineman just damn near in his face, damn near every time. Every time. It like they got no push. They can't keep. They can't ground themselves and stand up a pass rush. They're not strong enough. They're not. I'm sorry. I've seen it way too many times. And here in the empty set, it's ironic because the whole point of the set is to you want a high IQ quarterback, which we do have, and he's supposed to read all these routes because it's 5 wide. There's 5 wide receivers or pass catchers out there. Read it really fast, get the ball out of his hands quickly. Okay? And the ironic thing is, I think Sean knows that because he knows we have a weak O-line that can't block in pass pro to save their lives. And he's banking on Stafford making a quick enough read to get the ball out before that line collapses. And on the one hand, I respect the strategy. I do. And on paper, Sean, it makes sense. It does. It really does. I got it. I hear you. But Lord have mercy, the O-line cannot hold up. They cannot hold up long enough to hold off the pass rush before Matthew can make his reads, and he ends up getting sacked every single damn time. Every time, it seems like. And on this 3rd and 1 play, of which we've been moving the ball really well in the jumbo sets, the heavy personnels, the play actions. We've been moving the ball well doing that. But for some reason, you want to go back into the empty set on a 3rd and 1 where we only need to pick up one. Just hand it off to Sony. Or fake that and toss it over to Higbee again like you did on that touchdown. That was fucking brilliant. That was a brilliant play call, Sean. That first touchdown with Higbee, that was beautiful. But then you follow it up and you get in the empty set, and Matthew the line is blown up. Stafford sacked immediately. Okay, he sacked immediately. And what this does is now it causes 49ers take a timeout. We punt it to San Francisco, and they literally less than 30 seconds, they're able to dice up our soft prevent defense, go down the field, and get into field goal range, but as time expires, to get on the board 17-3 at the end of the first half. Now here's the kicker. This set off an avalanche because coming into the second half, the 49ers received the kickoff. They get the ball first. They get the ball and their offense gets to go on the field first in the second half because the Rams received the ball first at the beginning of the game. And what do? They run it down. They run it down our goddamn throats, up and down the field. We can't tackle, and they go in and they score a touchdown, make it immediately a one possession game, 17-10. 17-10. Just like that. Poof. 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 17-0 lead. Gone. Gone. I think I was literally still on like a single drink in the time of that comeback. I really think so. I'm just and then we go 3 and out, and then they go and tie the game. We respond pretty well actually, and then Stafford makes some great throws to Cup, and Cup, who was our best player on offense and arguably on defense, arguably on the whole entire team, comes in so clutch that following drives and catches a few real sick catches, and in a pretty badass one in the end zone, like in the corner, to put us up 24-17. And that was just a thing of, that was so awesome, man. I was like, yeah, oh my God, we might actually pull this off. We blew a 17-0 lead, but we might get through this. But then, Lord, what happened next? The 49ers just... No. It's even worse, because we actually stopped them. Right? So then they have to punt with like a minute, with like 2 minutes left. All right. We just stop them. They have to punt. We're up 24-17. It's looking good for us. We're like, yeah, all right. I remember feeling good. We get the ball back. We go 3 and out. Okay. This was the drive where we basically handed it off to Sony 3 straight times, got nothing. And San Francisco, but we caused San Francisco to spend their timeouts. They spent all 3. Okay. First down run, timeout. For second down run, timeout. Third down run, timeout. And we punted back to San Francisco. I believe it was just over a minute. I want to say it was like a minute and a few seconds left in the game. Fourth quarter, we're leading 24-17. And once again, we want to play soft defense, prevent defense, where we back up like 20 yards off the goddamn ball and just let Jimmy Garoppolo dice us up. And immediately, and guys, when I say immediately, I mean there is a little over a minute left. 49ers get in the goddamn red zone in like 20 seconds. There's like still 30 seconds left of the game when they get into the red zone. Okay? They got there in like 3 plays. Like 3 plays. Raheem, what are you doing? What are you doing playing so back like that? Stop playing so goddamn soft. And of course, I forget which down it was, but they get the score. They get the touchdown. Tie up the game. 24-24. We were actually able to run a few plays. There was like 20 something seconds left, and we still had enough time to run a few plays. That's how fast they goddamn scored. That's how fast they scored. And Stafford gets sacked again by a ferocious pass rush who were just having their way with our weak ass O-line. And it literally, that was the last play of regulation, Stafford being sacked, I think. And they just let the clock run out. Then they win the toss. Okay, 10-minute overtime rules. Um, I think it's if you score a touchdown first, game's over. But if you just score a field goal, the other team gets a chance. And this is pretty much how overtime went. 49ers get the ball and damn near take up the entire overtime period, where there was only like just over 2 minutes left when they score a field goal. Luckily, we were able to hold them in the red zone this time and hold them to a field goal. Terrell Burgess had a pretty nice hit on George Kittle on a crucial third down. Jimmy tossed it to George, and if Burgess doesn't make that tackle, Kittle's gonna go in for the score. He's gonna score. It was just literally 1-on-1. So that was good on Terrell Burgess. Terrell Burgess, that was big time. It was good to see you again. Because for whatever reason, we haven't seen you a lot this year, Terrell. Despite you having a pretty awesome rookie season in 2020, we decided not to play you that much this year. Don't really know why, but just an observation. Terrell comes up with the stop, and we get the ball, and essentially Stafford just doesn't look very good at all. A couple of passes just go just out of the reach. I think Odell ran a wrong route. He just got here. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I get it. And I think we get a flag, so we actually get an extra set of downs because they were holding Cup. That was the only way they could not stop Cup. Cup is the man, dude. Cup came up so clutch for us in this game, dude. And then Stafford bombs it, I think, to Jefferson on the right-hand side. It's underthrown. The dude busted up his ankle or something, so he could not ground himself to give himself enough power to go deep, which is, I don't know why we would call a play like that if he's not able to do that. It's intercepted by one of the 49ers. I don't care who it was. He picks it off. Game over. 49ers win 27-24. And well, where do we go from here? Well, I will tell you, we rest up and we get ready for our first playoff opponent, because we have to put this game behind us, because the tournament starts next week and we're playing. So I don't know where it's going to be. I think it will be at home to start off with, but we got to get ready. Ice up and get ready, because guess what? San Francisco just made the tournament by beating us, and I'm willing to bet money that's who we're facing next week. So if y'all want to win a championship, y'all really going to have to beat San Francisco. You have no choice now. You have no choice. We're going to have to play them in the playoffs now. So maybe third time's the charm. We'll see. Be a hell of a way to jumpstart our playoff run if we beat this team. That might do it. And it's looking like we're going to have to. So I'm going to cut it off there. Hope you guys have a good rest of the evening. All is not lost. We're still okay. It sucks that we lost to San Francisco again for a sixth time. But, it's just... They were just bigger and stronger than us. That's really all it came down to. And just a bit of an implosion in the second half. But we're going to have to get ready. We're going to have to put this behind us and get ready for the playoffs. So all's not lost. We can still do this. We can still win this championship, but we gotta get right, man. We gotta get a lot. We gotta We just we'll see. We'll see who we play, but we're gonna have to get over this 49er obstacle because not just figuratively, but literally now because they're in the tournament too. So let's get it. Let's get it. Just watch, see what happened, and I don't know. My brain's fried. I'll think about it and come back later. I was gonna show y'all some of these comments, but because I'm just not even I'm not even in the mood for that. So I'm gonna cut it off there, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one, and as always, go Rams.